Let's talk about, you talk about energy and their intent. Energy and intent on a name, on a map, and it goes back to something you said earlier about focusing that intent. And in my understanding that these names, the 144,000, with their intent on the page is critical and crucial to making the moratorium happen. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. I mean, realistically, we have 7 days to get this together before the 22nd. And realistically, I know Greg is good. He's very, very good, but he's not
really
that.
good.
But he's not going to be able to put 144,000 lights on the map, or even names for that matter. So it's what it is about intent. So all we need is 144,000 people to email us, fill out a form, whatever they need to do, whichever's easier, and give us their name to put on there. And we will be putting it on as soon as possible.
So
that, for what they mean, what it means. Every time I open our opening page and I look at that map with more than 40 names of Indigenous elders, Hopi, Mayan, every Indigenous group you can think of, basically committed to peace throughout the world, which is why we called the press release World Peacemakers. It's because their energy is powerful. And when you look at that, and you look at the countries, you see lights in the countries, in the darkness, it's a powerful force because you see it, you're looking at the world and you're seeing lights. That's why we keep asking for people from every country to just who want peace to basically put their name on there.
Yeah.
Because if we have just one light in every country, it will be so powerful.
Yeah.
It's a powerful message because you are saying these people, these countries, someone in each one of these countries wants peace.
Yeah, this reminds me of back in the '60s in the peace movement back then. But this is so much more. This is so much different because you talk about a rare opportunity. And so many people have come before this promoting peace and talking about peace, but all have really fallen by the wayside because of war. And this is this time is no different, except for the Peace Festival and Elenin and the end of the age, so to speak. So this is this is a great opportunity.
We're talking about the end of the age. I mean, how many people realise it's the next step in evolution? That is what is literally at stake here. Is we are basically on the brink of the next step in evolution. And I know so many people in the world are waiting for their respective messiahs or the UFO extraterrestrials to come down and fix everything. But there's one absolute universal law which will never, ever be broken, and that is the law of free will is sacrosanct. I liken it to me, it's like using a pop culture reference, the prime directive of Star Trek. We have to show through our intent that we're ready to evolve into the next level. We're ready to put aside our differences and work together to change and to the benefit of everybody. While we're at odds and fighting and arguing constantly about who is right and who is wrong, and we will not be interfered with because the prime directive is that until we can show that we are evolved enough to make the next step in evolution, they will not interfere. I really, really truthfully believe that we are ready. I believe that's why we're all here at this time. We've just forgotten. In fact, I spent 17 years gathering the information from throughout the world in science, in philosophy, in every religion to find there's a common thread. And the most amazing thing was, which we put on the stage reason, that there are 10 versions of the golden mean. Do unto others as you would
Wow.
have them done unto you. Of variations of it.
Wow.
10 versions worldwide. And yet all we do is argue and use semantics to find differences. But that is because we have got caught up in an energy of what I call the status quo. Now, I know I'm going to be shut down for this, but I have to say it. Last year, in September 22nd, the Ego told pain body, the collective pain body, I called it the shadow of deception in the Bible, which referred to as the prince of this world, was neutralized. Now that probably sounds absolutely crazy. And I'm not talking about some horned devil or Satan. I'm talking about a force that was basically working to stop us evolving, to stop us spiritually moving forward. That has now been neutralized. Unfortunately, that impetus or structure is still in the mass consciousness. And until we can actually break the momentum of it by stopping the world,
Wow.
then we are caught in that trap. And what is connected to us is some call it ego, some call it counterfeit spirit, some call it the dark side. It doesn't matter what you want to call it. It's something that's in human beings that is basically connected to this universal force to stop us evolving. And it's what separates us. It will always look for differences, and it will always find judgment about other people and not find common ground. If we can just stop it for 3 days, just 3 days, just 144,000 people could just stop it for 3 days, then the spirit will be able to start to be heard. The spark of God, or the spark of the universe, if you want, that's within us all, the spark of life that makes us all unique. It's like Katy Perry said, it's time to let it shine. We have to step forward, and basically that's the opportunity we're all being given. And it has nothing to do with me, it's nothing to do with anyone involved in this, or even the elders involved here. It's individuals. We are all here to give this message, and if anyone out there resonates with what we're doing, I beg them, please spread it. Because what have we got to lose? We can't do worse than what we are right now.
Wow.
What if, people have said to me, how do you know this is going to work? And I was talking to my brother in England, who's out of work, he's struggling like so many other people. He said to me, well, he said, his friend asked him, well, why if it doesn't work? And he said, well, okay, so you've not watched the news for 3 days. I mean, it's cost you nothing. It's a perfectly simple thing to do. I would say, what if I'm right?
Yes.
What do we really want to risk throwing this opportunity away because it isn't presented in a conventional way? I'm not a religious leader or some celebrity or renowned. Someone renowned, it's being given as Listen, I'm purely a messenger, nothing more.
Very passionate one.
I believe in the
Very
human.
passionate.
I believe in the innate goodness of humanity. I really believe that. I believe that everybody has it within them and just forgotten it, just lost sight of it. Now we have the opportunity to make a difference. It's just up to us.
Wow, that's fantastic. Thanks, Suzzan.